people have had it better than white people. My life. Said it. There it is. Done. Black guys are piling up in the streets. These cops. Yeah, I get it. I don't see many Pakistani or Indian guys piling up in the streets. You don't know what it's like being black, man. Get followed around in a 7-Eleven just because of the color of your skin. Yeah, I would walk around the 7-Eleven with my buddies on the football team, man. And the guy would definitely follow us around. And do you know why?
Everyone's a victim!
Hello, people. What's going on? It's Gerard, your favorite Gerard over there in the booth. Is the Jossie. She doesn't want me to say her full name for privacy purposes. Let's give it a switch to you, Jossie, and let's see whether or not we can handle the switch to camera 5 there. Hey, say hello.
Hello.
There we go. And now back to me. I'm just going to assume that we are A, live, and B, recording. But I would like, it's like they used to say, trust but verify. Some people have said that's a Reagan quote. The Russians have said that's an old Russian proverb. Speaking of Reagan and the Russians, hey, welcome back to the Cold War. Welcome back. Are we on, Jossie? Are we live? All right, we're live. Awesome. Welcome back to the Cold War. Russian subs. Reports are that Russian subs are going for a little friendly vacay. Little summer in Cuba. Russian warships apparently are on their way. Nuclear submarines and battleships are on their way. 90 miles off the coast of Florida. Why Florida, Putin? Why Florida? Nobody in Florida wants beef with you, man. Your beef is with the commies in America. Your beef is with the same people we got beef with. What an irony it would be if all of us left New York, New Jersey, Philly, Canada because of these repressive leftist commies who have they're like a plague that destroy everything they touch. So we came down to sunny Florida to get away from these monsters who are hell-bent on starting a war with the rest of the world. And then we're going to be the ones that get bombarded by Putin. That would be an all-time, just come on, man. Come on, man. Just blow up Berkeley, dude. We'd probably have your back. I mean, we'll fight you because, just because it's trash, it's still our trash, okay? Like you can't mess with our trash, bro. But man, can't you take out Harvard? Why are you coming for us down here? We're chilling down here in Florida. We got freedom back. Crazy during COVID. All the things that they made us do. Oh, I'm not allowed to say the word on the algorithm. Crazy all the things they made us do. And they would yell at us. No matter when we had even the most benign question about the stupid stuff they were making us do. Which, by the way, they have all but admitted it was all garbage. All garbage. 6 feet? Well, we made it up. Trust the science. Remember they were yelling at you to trust the science. How dare you? How dare you, troglodytes? How dare you question science? The science knows best. So where'd you come up with that 6 feet? We made it up. Science! Remember they were yelling at us that the reason kids couldn't play in a playground is because if it saves just one life, it's worth it. And then immediately, as soon as they opened the world back up, they were like, nah, but let's get into so many wars. I want war. I want war in Afghanistan. I want war in Syria. I want to drop bombs on people in Ukraine. I want to give people in Ukraine bombs to drop on Russia. Ah! I thought we were just saving one life. I thought that's what we were doing all this stupid shit for. If it saves just one life. Okay? Put a mask over your asshole if it saves just one life. Trust the science. You gotta cover all the holes in your body with masks. It saves just one life. Oh, by the way, anybody that doesn't listen is fired, ostracized, their businesses gone. And the chickens are coming home to roost. Now everybody knows it's garbage. Everybody sees through it. And everybody remembers who you were or who they were. Because if you're listening to me, you're definitely not one of them. Although I will say the people that have been lied to, you just saw this in Europe, where everybody in Europe resoundingly sent a message to the globalist left in their parliamentary EU elections. Just absolutely destroying the global left. And as bad as that is, remember, these people cheat nonstop. So it must have been even worse. It must have been just such a resounding defeat. And you know, if you know what the tea leaves are, if you've been around this stuff as long as I have, you know how to hear their words and see what they want you to see, but actually listen to what they're saying, because those are often not the same things. Nancy Pelosi, for example, came out with a video today, of all times, talking about January 6th. How many years later? This was filmed. She's like, oh my God, we didn't have enough people. Where was the National Guard? Who was there to save us? Oh, people are going to ask questions, and we're not going to have answers. Uh-huh. Oh, yeah. You're the good guy, Nancy. You're sitting here going, I'm a victim too. You put people in jail for how many years? There's still people in jail for January 6th today. There's people that are going to spend decades of their life in jail. Why were you meeting with General Milley before January 6th? We saw in the Trump trials, what did everybody keep saying? The beauty of the Trump trials is that nobody is above the law. They kept saying that. The beauty of the Trump trials is that nobody is above the law. Okay. Who brought the pallets of bricks into the cities during all the BLM communist risings? The ones that burnt down entire cities. The ones that looted innocent small businesses. Nobody's above the law. January 6th, guys, in jail forever. Now Nancy's going to be like, I had no idea. I was stock trading. I was on E-Trade. I had no idea there was an insurrection. Yeah. I don't think we believe you, Nancy. I think you're trying to get ahead of something. I think that you know what you did. And I think that they are trying so desperately to point the finger at Trump. If he's elected, almost like they're conceding, if he's elected, he's going to jail his political opponents. Like you've done? Steve Bannon, Rudy Giuliani, Peter Navarro, Donald Trump. All those people been charged, tried, convicted. Alex Jones has been deplatformed. $1 billion. A judge found that he is responsible for $1 billion in a civil case that the FBI helped organize. The FBI gets in civil cases now? The FBI gets involved in suing people? But we have to worry about what Trump will do if he's president, that he'll turn on his political opponents. Just like, I don't know, Barack Obama. A lot of people don't know this. Memory hold. Barack Obama used the IRS to go after his political opponents. Barack Obama. He spied on the Trump campaign. Something that got Richard Nixon international and forever ignominy, although he's having a rebrand right now because it looks like the CIA got rid of him too, allegedly. We cannot, as a people, tolerate hypocrisy at this level. And you're seeing it because even the most stalwart of leftists are jumping ship. Like, man, I can't be a part of this. This is just too grimy. This is too nasty. As we're coming up on Juneteenth, I said a year ago, to much hatred and consternation, that black people were going to end up leaving the Democratic Party because these liberal losers don't understand black men in particular. I've been an athlete my whole life. I'm not going to sit here and act like I'm an expert on black men or black culture. But I guarantee I've been around more black men than Jossie anyway, than most liberals. Played more sports. And I understand two things black men like more than anything else, and that is masculinity and fun. These people like being masculine. They like being alphas. They like dunking and hanging on the rim and saying, what are you going to do about it, bitch? And they like fun. They like partying. They like dancing. They like hanging out with women. They like fighting. That's why I always got along with them. Very similar to the Irish culturally. Probably because, we came up in this country in similar manners. Check out Black Redneck White Liberal, I believe it is. By I always forget the name of it. Sorry, but it's a seminal work by Thomas Sowell, and it's incredible. But the Irish, the Scotch Irish, and the blacks, especially the free blacks, shared a kindred spirit in the South and in the North in this country. And what we like, and our interests are very similar. We like music. We like competition. We like fighting. We like jokes. We like white women. The Democratic Party is about none of those things anymore. Democratic Party is the anti-joke party. They are the anti-sports party. They are the anti-fun party. Everything they touch, they destroy. There is nothing that they do that they improve. Name one thing a Democrat politician has improved in your life. They've been in power for 20-something years. Donald Trump was in power for 4 years. 2 years of it, he had a Democrat House and Senate. And that's not even getting into the whole uniparty thing, where it's just one big group, the blob, as Mike Benz called it. I like that guy, Mercedes-Benz. Mike Benz is great. But these people they destroy. They destroy. They are the enemy of awesome. And if you're going to destroy stuff, you better have a pretty good reason. Go ahead and get off that side view at any point here, Johnson. If you destroy, you better have a pretty good reason to destroy. And their reason is, we like power. We hate white men. Yeah, that's not a good enough reason. You had the ball. Everybody gave you the ball. We gave you the microphone. What'd you do with it? Every single movie for a decade now has been woker than shit. Name one of them that's entertaining. See, here's the thing. This is the big rub. For the last 10 years, you commies have had control. Maybe longer. You've had control. You've controlled everything since at least 2012, probably 2008. You've had the ball for a long time, guys. What have you done with it? You've completely owned education. What's coming out of college? This used to be a big thing when I was a kid. A little older than you, Josh. When I was a kid, there would be like, a new study out of Harvard is saying, and it would be like, oh, well, if Harvard's studying it, oh my God, I need to check this out. Now you just roll your eyes. It's like a new study out of Harvard, let me guess, says that men can have fucking babies with eggs and like drop eggs like chickens now. Men can identify as chickens. New study out of Stanford says that I'm going to ignore it. They've lost all credibility. In just 10 years? 15 years? Lost all credibility. The entire entertainment industry, commies. Destroyed it. You can name on one hand good movies that have come out in the last 10, 15 years. Superhero movies, now featuring non-white superheroes. Mary Sue. You know what a Mary Sue trope is? It's the woman who can beat the shit out of everybody. That's all there is in movies anymore. Every movie is just a 90-minute, $300 million Law and Order SVU now. This 125 woman in heels knocks out the white guy. They don't knock out black guys. They haven't crossed that line. But the white guy, eat my fists. Boom. Take that, fascist.
It's like that show Fallout.
Yeah.
That we were talking about.
Did you finally watch it?
I'm like halfway through, but I see it more and more what you say.
It's crazy. It used to be subtle. It's not subtle anymore. If you can get through, everybody's like, that Civil War movie was such a good movie. If you can make it 6 minutes in that movie, you deserve a Purple Heart. That movie's horrible. That movie's such a joke. Oh, here comes another white guy. Get ready. Oh, yeah? Which America you from, buddy? They're just so bad. They've had the ball. You're in control of the NBA. Worst ratings in 15 years. WNBA. Finally anybody gives a shit about the WNBA. You've been begging for this for years. What are they? Ew, no, not the straight white girl. No, not like that. We didn't want it like that. Keep her off the Olympic team. Black lesbians anyway. Can you imagine how much scissoring goes on in that Olympic fucking village? It's amazing how they play. I'm just saying. It's amazing. Just out there, just pulverizing each other's pelvises, man. Just getting ready, just pregame warming up, just rubbing sticks together. Nah, we can't have no straight white bitch in there representing this country. Not on my watch, baby girl. So you get people like Amber Rose leaving, 50 Cent leaving, R.I.P. Chelsea Handler, someone who literally looked into a camera on national television and said, without any fear of retribution, no canceling them, I had to remind him that he was a black man and he couldn't vote Republican. Anybody with even a modicum of understanding of United States history would understand what a remarkably stupid comment that is. But they've done the greatest rebrand of all time. The first Republican president. And I say this as somebody that sounds like he's carrying water for Republicans. 99% of Republicans are just as bad as Democrats. Actually, they're worse because they do nothing. I can at least respect the Democrats win. Republicans don't do shit. They're cowards. Outside of Thomas Massey, Rand Paul, cowards. Maybe Mike Lee, maybe. Cowards. They don't want to be in control. They don't want to win. They don't want to fight. They just want to bitch and moan and raise funds. And I guarantee they all take their shot. They all shoot their shot with AOC at those congressional cocktail parties. I guarantee. I ain't mad at you, bro. I probably would too. Huh? Hey. Just because she a commie don't mean, hey. I'm just saying. Free milk, right? I mean, that's the whole point. I thought we were sharing these things equally. You got two boobs, like I got none, like give me one, right? Isn't that how this works? I thought,
It's 50-50.
50-50. Take from the rich and give to me. Right? Isn't that the whole, now these commies are out there talking about, they got rid of the congestion tax in New York. More taxes. That's what New York needs. No, it's hanging on by a thread. And you want more people. And they hate that the tax would have just taxed suburban white people who come into the city to work. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that the governor at the 11th hour got rid of that ridiculously stupid tax idea. If you're so concerned with congestion in New York City, may I suggest, I don't know, slingshotting all you grubby little communists into the moon? Free slingshot rides. You grubby little grifters love free stuff, right? Free slingshot. All of a sudden, we're less congested. Win-win. People have, it's remarkable to me that the Democrats have played this the way that they have. They have turned Donald Trump into Nelson freaking Mandela. They sit there and they lecture you about nobody is above the law, while they constantly, nonstop do shit that is above the law. Bob Menendez is running for re-election. The guy's the most corrupt. He's so corrupt. Even leftist Jon Stewart is like, how can this guy possibly run? You're a senator. It's a license to steal legally. Why did you steal illegally? When you're a leftist and Jon Stewart's coming after you, do you know how bad you up? Holy shit. This dude carries water for everybody. My God almighty. All these people have been proven to be nothing but shills. Shills, the lowest of the low, sellouts. Their souls sold out. Whores. That's what they are. They sold their soul. For what shall it profit a man? Yeah, it sounds like I'm gloating because I am. Because I had a choice. I was told by industry, told that if I towed the line, if I just calm down a little bit, you got a lot of followers, you got a great personality, you got a unique look, you're so witty. If you just calm down on the crazy stuff, man, you sound like a Nazi. People think you're a racist. Shut up and obey. And then my career would benefit from it. Well, here I am. 4 years later. Proud that I stood my ground. Proud that I didn't cave. So yeah, I'll gloat. Because for the rest of their lives, they'll have to remember what they did. For the rest of their careers, do not ever let them forget the pressure they put on you, how they bullied you, how they othered you, how they empowered horrible people. They don't deserve forgiveness. They don't deserve amnesty. They don't deserve the platforms that they have. Let them die on the vine. I'm happy Joe Rogan is more popular and more wealthy than ever. I'm happy for Russell Brand. I'm happy for Jimmy Dore. I'm happy for Tim Cast. I'm happy for PBD. It was not easy to do. They stood their ground. They meant something. They affected the culture. They didn't just go along with the tyrants. They made change, real change. Because now there's people that were on the other side. It's finally starting to happen. It took the Trump trial, which was such an obvious show trial, for them to be like, God, man, what exactly am I supporting here? Like this idea that we have to do anything possible to stop Trump. And it's like, aren't we the very thing we say we should be stopping? We're locking up our opponents. We are censoring our political opponents. We are weaponizing not just the justice system, but the entire United States government. While we're starting wars, unpopular wars. We're spending billions of dollars, thousands of miles from our shore while people can't afford groceries. The people, they've been slow to learn, but they learn. And we're in a situation where now the people that supported you are going to become your biggest adversaries. Your former biggest allies are going to become your biggest adversaries because they feel betrayed, because they were betrayed. They were lied to, right? And I've been hard on women, liberal white women in particular, because they deserve it, frankly. You know, black women, they feel like they've never had a voice. They finally got a voice, and it's almost like they just didn't know what to do with it. They've been so angry for so long, they didn't know how to be anything other than angry. And white women, they just love the power. They loved feeling powerful. And maybe I'll give them a break, man, because I don't know what it's like, Jossie. I don't know what it's like to be a woman. I don't know what it's like to walk around every day just hoping someone does not put a part of their body inside of you.
Amen. Hallelujah.
Like, you know, I like, hello, how you doing, sir? Please don't put your tongue, finger, or penis inside of me. Nice to meet you. Thank you, please, and thank you. Thank you. Can I just walk here without, nope, thank you. Feeling perfectly fine without something foreign, no foreign objects inside of my body at this moment, please, and thank you. So, yeah, I get it. Women can be on the defensive. I don't know what it's like to be a woman, let alone an attractive woman, having to constantly be on the lookout for people trying to stick things in any one of your holes, ear holes, eye holes, any nostrils, any area of ingress has to be a constant wah, 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 wah. So, yeah, you girls were so used to getting fucked that you saw the chance to fuck someone else and you could not jump at it. You couldn't not do it. You love the power. And these nerds, I talked about this a couple years ago. There's a viral video going around, so you're going to think I'm stealing this. But everything I say, because it's the fat white guy saying it, nobody listens. They listen to it. They don't give credit. Then they say it themselves, and everybody's like, oh, my God, this girl's so smart. She's saying what I said 2 years ago. This is Revenge of the Nerds. These are people that they didn't fit in high school. They got too much power. They don't know how to deal with it, and there's one bully on their mind, and they're screwing every single one of us to make sure, oh, yeah, Chad. Yeah, you called me baloney tits in high school, Chad, because I couldn't make the football team. Well, now I'm going to make your son wear a dress. What do you think, Chad? Yeah, your son's trans now. Yeah, all right, bro, we get it. We got it. All right, you're very powerful now. You work at a very big tech company. Chad's a dick. We get it. Can we call a truce, man? Can we call a truce? Stuff has real world impact. How much human shit do you have to step over to be like, okay, maybe some of the old ways were okay? What exactly does San Francisco have to devolve into for you to be like, okay, I don't know. Maybe we need a little police. And I'm saying this as a guy that thinks the police were way out of whack. I think one of the biggest things that happened with the defund the police thing was we didn't need to defund the police. We need to de-escalate the police. Look at what a policeman looked like in even the 80s. Remember Carl Winslow? The happy, pudgy little family, what was it, Family Matters? He was a cop, right? He had one little belt. He had one little six-shooter. He had a nightstick. Suburban cops don't need to walk around like commando with a freaking vest on and 15 different magazines. We need to de-escalate the police. Like, if you're in a situation where you need an assault rifle and 10 high-capacity magazines, call in SWAT, man. Like, that shouldn't be what the day-to-day police officer is doing. Right? The cliche, there's levels to this shit. Like, yeah, man. Like, whoops. Let's call in the big dogs here. That shouldn't be the person who's interacting with the community. We didn't need to defund police and get rid of it altogether. We definitely didn't need this George Soros DA shit where only white people get arrested and everybody else gets let out. I mean, that's nuts. It's insanity. I mean, as much as I've kind of chuckle under my breath when these liberal white women get punched in New York, it's not right. Although I bet you wish that you didn't nag the rest of us up there down to Florida right now, don't you? As you're icing your fucking orbital boat, I wish you were like, well, maybe I should have kept a couple of the old guys around. I don't know. What do you think? Oh, it's a horrible thing. I feel horrible for him. I really do. I feel horrible. I feel terrible.
It's like, womp womp. I don't know how to feel bad, but...
I feel horrible for him. I feel horrible for all these socialists getting exactly what they voted for. I feel terrible. I really do. From the bottom of my heart. From the bottom of my heart, I say, you gotta keep that head on a swivel. Get off that center line, baby. Hands up, answering the phone. You wanted it. You got it. Fuck around. Find out. Natural balance of things. There's an order to life. And we do have to be careful because, they're talking about the far right, the rise of the far right. I could see that coming. There's a Christian nationalist element here that's just as bad as the woke left. And we'll try to cross that bridge when we come to it because we still have a way to go. We flew so far left so fast that even the center looks like far right to these morons now. So as we come back to normalcy, we need to applaud that, recognize that, and make sure that it doesn't swing to the far right. Because those assholes are just as bad. But right now, the focus is still on getting rid of this stuff because DEI is still a thing. The thing about communists is that they're cockroaches. They just never change. They change the words to make you think like, okay, no, we learned our lesson. We're not doing ESG anymore, environmental social governance. By the way, Joss, if there's any comments, you just go ahead and let me know. ESG. We're doing DEI, diversity, equity, inclusion, yay. We're doing climate justice policies. What the fuck does that mean? You're going to arrest the sky? You're going to arrest the clouds? What the hell is climate justice? People just, it's like they got 6 words and they just wrap them all up. And then they want to debate. They're doubling down. They want to debate. They're like, I don't care what anybody says. This is my lived experience. Is that it? That's all that matters? Your lived experience? Anecdotal experience? Anecdotes are now considered irrefutable facts. Because here's the thing, and this is just my lived truth. People are going to deny it, but this is my lived truth. In my life, I'm born September 28th, 1985. In my life, especially since I've been cognizant, 1995-ish, black people have had it better than white people. My life. Said it. There it is. Done. Said it. Because I believe it. I had college coaches when I was being recruited. Wink, wink, nod, nod. You sure you don't have any Spanish and you sure you don't have any Native American in you? Harron, that could be a Middle Eastern name, right? I'm Irish. What are you talking about? Nah, that's white. Damn, sorry. Then you learn the history of the Irish in this country and go, wait. Learn the history of Italians in this country. Learn the history of all immigrant classes in this country. For us to be treated like British? For us to be treated as if we were wasps that came here on the fucking Mayflower? They like to talk about, you don't know what it's like being black, man. To get followed around in a 7-Eleven just because of the color of your skin. Yeah, I would walk around the 7-Eleven with my buddies on the football team, man. And the guy would definitely follow us around. And do you know why, Jossie, he would follow us around?
Because you look like heathens.
Because we were fucking stealing. We were stealing shit. You know, and some of it was kind of like, you know, some of it was harmless, like, you know, being ashamed that you're bringing condoms up to the front. You know, that was like, that's a devastating thing as a 16-year-old trying to buy condoms, man. I'd rather go to jail. I'll steal it. You know, and then you get away with stealing condoms once you're like, well, Snickers probably can't be that hard to steal. This FHM magazine fits nicely down these these Sean John jeans. Oof, rocking them Sean. We rock them Sean Johns pretty hard, guys. No Diddy.
I don't know what a Sean John is.
Sean John is Sean Puffy Combs. Sean P. Diddy Combs' brand. Yeah. We were stealing. Black guys are piling up in the streets. These cops. Yeah, I get it. It's fucked up. I don't see many Pakistani or Indian guys piling up in the streets. I know I'm not making any friends here today, guys. I know I'm not making any friends.
Do you have any friends?
I have you, Jossie. I have you.
I have a comment here.
Go ahead.
From the AL pod. He says, or well, they say, Gerard, keep doing the Lord's work. We miss you on PBD. Could you ever talk about what happened with that?
I've talked about it a lot. Yeah, no, he fired me.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody thinks there's like this deep, dark conspiracy, and it's not. It's, it was his show. I was probably getting too much FaceTime on it. He wasn't paying to make somebody else famous. It's better off in the valuetainment world to BYOV, BYOF, or BYOC in the valuetainment world. Bring your own clout. If you're external, if you're like Dave Smith, they'll bring you in, they'll give you a whole platform, and it's phenomenal. And there's really nobody more generous with their platform in that regard. But as far as like building prospects, it's almost like the Yankees, right? Like back in the day with the Yankees, it's like, there's some teams that want to build stars from within their organization. There's other teams that kind of want to buy stars. That's more their interest. They're not really looking to build like somebody. So, it's if you're cool with being a second or third fiddle, go for it. And if you're not, it's just as much me. Everybody thinks it was like this whole thing. It's like, I'm not a second chair kind of guy. So put it all on me. Blame me for it. All right. But for the love of God, stop asking. For the love of all that's whole every day. Holy shit. But this thing is just real, right? Like there's this idea that like, and this is one of the things that I've always thought was just so racist, man. Again, maybe it's being an athlete. Maybe it's just understanding, I don't care what the color of your skin is. I don't care if you're gay, straight. Can you play? What's your batting average, man? Can you get off the line of scrimmage? Can you do the job? I don't give a shit. Like, never have. And that's not to say, like, I didn't see race. Absolutely we saw race. We made fun of it nonstop, but that was actually something that we did to connect with one another. It was poking and prodding to see whether or not this guy could take it. This guy could take it, he's in. Can't take it, he's out. Now that whole group of people who can't take it went and just tried to change the laws. So who ended up being the real bullies here? Got in the positions of power and silenced everybody else because they have thin skin. I remember my uncle would be like, hey, dipshit, don't, and we'd be like 8 years old being like, don't say that, Uncle Kev, that's a bad word. You can't call us that, that's mean. Yeah. No shit, it's mean, dipshit. If you don't want to hear it, don't do the dipshit thing again, dipshit. Lesson learned. You don't want to be called dipshit? Don't be a dipshit. Either that or learn to scrap. You don't like what people are saying? Get them hands up. But now we're going to make it illegal. And it's just the truth. I'm sorry. I know people don't want to hear this, but it's just the truth. There's even Sam Harris, even the leftist Sam Harris on the Don Lemon show said, Don, black guys have it better than white guys in 2024. They do. In 1904, they didn't. We can all agree on that. But in 2000, I'm sorry, I can't do anything about 1904. Sorry, guys. Much as I try, I can't. But it's in my life, it's been easier to get into college if you're white or if you're black. Who has access to more scholarships and grant money? Who gets put to the head of the jobs lists? Come on, it's not even close. Why are we even acting like it is? Don Lemon couldn't even help but smile at Sam Harris, ear to ear grinning. Because he knows it's true. Everybody knows it's true. There's literally words I cannot say that they can say. Like, you want to talk about a second-class citizen? If I say a word, I'm done. If they say a word, they get a fucking Grammy for it. Come on. We know this is true. Why are we going to act like? See, it's one thing to gaslight us and say it's not true. It's another thing, just take the position that you deserved it or you earned it because of whatever trauma that you've inherited from your ancestors. Like all of us grew up kings and queens from the manor born. My dad was one of 7. My mom was one of 8. My dad's dad died when he was 12. Irish Catholics. Just do the smallest little bit of research on Irish Catholics. It's my lived experience. Yeah, man, I get it. At what point do you just claim your victory? All right, you won. They claimed it a while ago, but none of us were listening. About what? 4 years ago, 5 years ago, it stopped being about equality and it started being about equity. They knew that equality was achieved. Now it's not about being equal. Equity is money. It's ownership. They don't want to be equal. They want what's owed. They want special treatment. That's where you lose me. Because I feel like you've had special treatment my whole life. And I think it's so racist. I really do. That these white women, they look at very, very capable black men. And they're like, oh, you need my help. Like they're pets that need to be fed. Like they're plants that need to be watered. It's so degrading. Chelsea Handler. I had to remind him that he was a black man. Jesus Christ. Anybody ever said some shit like that to me, I'd be like, I just imagine if some liberal white woman came up to me with like a wheelchair and was like, here you go, sit down. I'm like, what the is this? You're like, you're fat. It must be so hard on your knees. Let me help you. You need my get the fuck out of here, lady. Go help yourself. Jesus, what's wrong with you? You know the problem? You know why you're so heavy? It's because of your socioeconomic status. You were just raised wrong. If you only had better education and more access, then you would know that carbohydrates are gonna kill you. Here's monies. Take all the monies. I'm so sorry for this affliction. Jesus Christ, lady. Do you want a national anthem? What if we did a fat national anthem before every Super Bowls? What? What do you think? We'll play the theme song to the Old Country Buffet before the Super Bowls. Would that make it better for how you've been treated? These losers. Why did Black America go along with this? Like at some point, I'm not even mad at Black America. Like when everybody in white America was like so mad at black people about the black national anthem. I remember like thinking about, so actually I was reading my boy Quezzy's Twitter and he's like, I didn't ask for this. And so it's just like, it's so true. There's no black guy asked for this. No black guy asked for this. No black guy sat down with popcorn and a beer to watch the Super Bowl and was like, what the fuck is this now? Like, what? No. But the white women, oh, you're going to love this. What we have, look at this. We have this remarkably boring song that we're going to shove down everybody's throats. That's going to make them love you. We don't want that. We just want hot cheerleaders. Trans cheerleaders, you said, coming right up. These losers. These people are such losers. We're living through Revenge of the Nerds. Just blame them. It's not black people, man. Like, you'd be dumb not to take it. You'd be dumb not to take the special treatment. Just don't tell me it's not special treatment. You'd be dumb not to take the special treatment, but at least admit it's special treatment. Come on.
100%. It's what you said. They don't get any attention. So it's that narcissistic.
Put the camera on you when you're making a good point, damn it.
Oh. Hi. So yeah, it's what you said. It's that narcissistic behavior. They don't get any attention. They're like, okay, how can I get that clout? How can I get that, on me? Because they don't get any of it.
That's a great point.
Yeah.
You know what? Yeah, that's a great point because, achievement is very difficult. It's very, very hard to achieve. At the end of every year, there's only one champion. There's 29 teams that tried, but only one team that can win, And that's why we look up to those people because we used to say, I can aspire to be that. When I was a kid, there was shows, The Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous. There was, Pimp My Car. There was MTV Cribs. There was this feeling that it was like, hey, if I can do it, you can do it. Now you got people like AOC and all these progressives, and they're like, this system is rigged. LeBron James out there like, nah, we need to do stuff for our people. It's like, You guys are really rich. Ah, you can't do what I did, though. Like, I'm me. Like, AOC, the system is rigged. And it is rigged. But AOC, I thought the whole point of you was that you were just a girl from the Bronx. You were a bartender. Now you're a sitting congresswoman. Aren't you the very example of what this country could and should be? Aren't you what's great about all of this? Aren't you the example for the young girls that say, hey, look, no matter where you are, no matter how you were born, where you were born, no matter what your job is, you can be a congressman too. Look at me, I did it, you can do it. But they don't believe that. Because to your point, Jossie, there's a narcissism behind all of this. I'm special. I did it because I'm me. And I feel so bad for you plebeians. You could never do what I did. Sucks to be you. You were going to say something?
No, when you brought up, she's just a girl.
Put the camera on yourself!
Hi, stop yelling. Calm down. No, and you said that she's just a girl from the Bronx. It's like J-Lo. But, like, there's a whole thing that it's, like, a facade just to make them seem relatable. You know what I mean? Like, it's fake.
Oh, it's 100. So the funniest thing about that whole... So it's been a long-standing trope in politics that, like, everybody wants to act like they grew up in a log cabin that they built. Like, they had it bad. I get it. I know what it's like living here. You know, even though AOC went to Boston University and, you know, she's from Westchester. And, oh, by the way, why did she have to bartend nights? Because the Bernie Sanders campaign she was working at paid her $13 an hour. You mad at Bernie, bitch. Don't put it on the rest of us. It's Bernie's broke ass. Got to telling everybody that we need to tax more people, but he's got 3 houses and shit. This country is a horrible country, he says from his summer home. Give me more tuna fish on Ritz crackers. Disgusting. Can you imagine that guy's hygiene? Imagine what that smelled like riding in the car with him. Disgusting. Yeah, man. These people have taken over, and it's like they want to punish the rest of us, is what it feels like. The nerds took over. They want to punish the rest of us. But nobody really wants to be around these people because of who they are. And that's why I feel so encouraged. They call it a white pill. I'm white pilled now, man. When I see people like Amber Rose saying, I'm not brainwashed anymore. And it's like, wow. 30 million follower Amber Rose, Hollywood Amber Rose is willing to say that? Wow. 50 Cent's willing to say that? By the way, I think 50 Cent took Lauren Boebert down. What do you think? I think he took it down. Good for you, Boebert. You're a single woman now. Good for you. John Fetterman comes out and says, I'm not a progressive anymore. Literally said I had a near-death experience and said, what am I biting my tongue for? The progressives left me. These people are nuts. Starting to move away, man. You're seeing, I'm telling you, we're going to look back. We're going to look back at that roast of Tom Brady. As crazy as this sounds, we're going to look back at the roast of Tom Brady, and it was like collectively everybody in America who was trying not to laugh for years was like, that's racist. Busted out. And it felt so good to laugh. Wait till y'all, if you like comedy, man, wait till y'all see titties. Oh my God. What I have in store for you, Gen Z? Once you see babes, once we get back to babes on TV, not blue hair transsexuals, when we get back to like babes on TV, your minds are going to explode. When we get back to comedy, broads, excellence, woo! Wait, the Yankees are winning again. That's a good sign for America. When the Yankees are good, America's good, baby. Don't apologize for being great. Don't apologize for trying to be great. Don't apologize for wanting to be great. This loser mentality shit is for the losers. This victim mentality shit is for the losers. Oh my God, my life is so bad. It's everybody else's fault. Everybody's life is bad. That's the fun. You get to make it better. It's on you. These people, they can't stop you. It's your life. Oh, this is what a baby! Stop crying! Go do it! I don't have a single ab. I've made out with not one, but two Miss Americas. What a country! What is this place? Are you kidding me? Yes, of course it's true. What a world! God bless it and hallelujah. We got the Russians coming to our shores because our shitting his pants in chief trying to get us into wars. Don't care. Don't care. I believe in us. I'm so excited that people are finally starting to turn. And that Donald Trump has nothing to do with him. You guys are so, that Trump derangement syndrome, that TDS is so real. It's like you guys have internalized all the bully trauma in your life, and every time he speaks, you just see your bully. And you can't get past it. You don't care that groceries are twice as expensive. Anything but the orange man and his mean tweets. Your president is shitting his pants on the world stage. Not a figure of speech, a literal occurrence. It's better than mean tweets. Don't be a loser. Just stop. Stop being a loser. It's so easy. Just stop. Laugh. It's okay to laugh. It's okay to laugh at yourself. It's okay to be attractive. And if you're not traditionally attractive, do not try to take the power back. Like this woman in Arkansas, this poor girl in Arkansas, got skewered by the internet for being the body positivity beauty pageant champion. I get it. Believe me, I get it. But the truth of the matter is you're fat, baby. You're fat. There's no amount of marketing that's going to change that. You can't ignore that fact. Trust me when I tell you the world will not let you forget about it. But that doesn't mean it always has to be that way. You can acknowledge it. Understand the situation that you're in and understand that the situation you're in today does not need to be the situation you're in tomorrow. You can hit the gym. You can diet. You can make the change. You can do it. We can all do it. We can all change this thing. I could feel it changing. I could feel it. I could feel it in my bones. I could see the sun coming up over the hill. I can feel it. It's changing. We're healing. We're developing the antibodies we need to develop for this communist cancer. We're recognizing it. We're rejecting it. But the happiness that we seek, the respect that we seek, is in the work we're not doing. Me, more than anybody. You, I get it. You just want to feel good about yourself for a second. I totally get it. I understand how difficult it must have been for you to stand on that stage. All your fears, your self-doubts. I have them too. And you just wanted to feel good about yourself. You just wanted to let your loved one know, your mom, your dad, your brothers, your sisters, the people that you love know that, hey, I'm not a piece of shit. I'm worthy. And in some ways, it's an apology. It's like, I'm sorry that I let it get to this level, but it's okay. I'm not going to let it defeat me. I'm not going to let it define me. I'm going to define me. And I get it. I get all that. But instead of changing everybody else's reality, instead of forcing everybody else, bending everybody else to your will and saying, no, I don't, this is my standard of beauty. That's not for you to say. I understand it. I get the impulse. I get the pain. I get the insecurity. I know it. Believe me, with every cell of my body, I know it. But that's not the way. The way is to understand the reality of your situation so that you can evaluate and you can elevate. It's about progress. You'll never achieve perfection. Little by little, a little better tomorrow than you were today. A little better next week than you were this week. Small wins every day. And if you love yourself, you'll take care of yourself. And if you hate yourself, then you won't mind punishing yourself. But the respect you seek, the respect you deserve, the happiness that you want, and the happiness that I want for you is in the work that we're not doing. I'm rooting for you. I'm not here making fun of you. I'm not using this as some soapbox to talk about woke culture in our society. Nah. Just a group of girls that want to feel loved, seen, and respected for even a second. I get it. I'm rooting for you. I really am. And every single one of you folks that are coming around, that are understanding the lies that you've been told, that are understanding what your role is or your role was in what happened to all of us, I welcome you with open arms. I think it takes so much courage. I think it takes so much intelligence. And I think it shows an unbelievable amount of character and heart for you to say, man, you know what? Man, I was wrong. I fucked that up. I'm sorry. I got afraid and I lost myself. I'm so sorry. What can I do to make it up to you? I don't, you're right to hate me. You're right to feel everything you feel about me. But man, this is what kills me about Chris Cuomo. And this is where I think, people love when I talk about the PBD podcast, but where they fuck up is there's just Cuomo. Just apologize, man. People want to forgive. I don't want to hate my friends and family. I don't even need to hear that I was right. Although, wouldn't be the worst thing. Christmas is coming up. Hey, Gerard, Merry Christmas. You were right about everything.
Everyone's a